Right, so firstly, we're going to fix the error we left off yesterday about the when you register, it doesn't navigate you to the correct profile page. Right, so we're going to firstly to start the application by npm run div to start both client and server side. Right, so I found the error which is in the register.js here. Right, so it's in the register function. Every time when you register, we are going to push it to the profile page. Right, we're going to push it to the profile page. And what we had here was it's pushed to new user.id. But remember, we have already removed the ID part from a new user. So this is why it's bringing us to the undefined. Right. So the ID is actually from the server side right now, because every time we register a user into database, the database is going to assign a new ID for us, and we are going to use that ID coming from the server to log in to his profile. Right. So here we're going to say constant. Right. Line story here we're going to say constant response2 equal to await, because we already have a response on top. I cannot call response anymore. I'm going to call it another name, response2. So that's a response from server. Once we send this request to the server ending the user into database, and database going to give back a response, and we can get in the ID from this response2 here. Right. So instead of this new user ID, we're going to get it from res2.data.id. Right, we're getting the ID from a response. And now if you try to register a new user, for example, let's say m symbol, right, register, it's going to bring you to the correct profile page. Right, won't be the fake one. Alright, so I can log out, and I can re-log in if I want. Alright, so it will be always there. It's going to be in my database, so unless I delete it manually, even I restart the server, restart client, it's going to be always there. Right, so that's how we fixed the error we had yesterday about the registration function. Alright, so then we are going to start today's part, which is the website part. Right, so we're going to create a model for the website and finish the website functions to connect it to the database. Right, let me open the example I created so I don't forget how we did it. Right, so again, we're going to start with a model. Right, to create a model for a schema for the database. So let's go to the models folder. I'm going to create a new file inside it. Try the capitalize W website.js. So I can tell it how each website looks like. So we have the variable Mongoose equal to require Mongoose. I import the Mongoose library. Oh, it should be constant, sorry. I just see my old example there. Yeah, it should be constant. We will never use variable. Just either let or constant. Right, so this is just import, will never be changed in the future, so we're using constant. Right, next one is website schema. Right. Is equal to the mongoose.schema. Right. Mongoose schema is a function that takes an object, which is give a role of how this object looks like. Right, so you can using the data we have in before, or checking out the assignment description here to talk about what we need to have for each website. Right, so in assignment here, I actually mentioned it in here about what we need for websites. Right, so website, we will need a developer ID to know who is the owner of this website, who created this website. When the name, which is a string, We need a description, which is another string. Right, so let's do it here. We have a developer ID, right? And type of it, we're going to using, so this is going to refer to the user's ID, right? So the type of it is going to be a special type, which is we're going to get it from the Mongoose library. So it's going to be Mongoose the schema the types the object ID. Right? This is a very special type Mongoose used to store the IDs. Every time we need to use ID, you're going to use in this, and because this is going to be linked to our user schema, right? So it refers to the user database user's ID. So I'm going to say reference ref equal to the user. Right? It's reference to the user's library, user's field. Right. And then it's going to be type is a string, and we're going to make it required. So each website has to have a name. And the description type is string. Right, that's it. That's 3 fields we have, and we can export it. So module the exports Mongoose the model, and give the model's name. We're going to call it website, and which is created based on the website schema. Model function takes 2 arguments. Alright, so that's a schema for the website, and we are going to using this model inside our routes. Right, so we're going to go to the website.js here in the routes folder. Right? Yeah.
Why is the developer ID type is different from the other one?
Developer ID type, because that's going to the developer ID here is going to refers to the. Let me go to the Mongo database here, right? Mongo. So say use webmaker, show collections. Right, so it's a db.users.find.pretty. Right, you can see. So the developer's ID here is going to be a user's ID. Right? If you see the user's ID here, underscore ID for each user, the type is an object ID. And these two should be matched. And the object ID is a special kind of type created by the Mongo database. So whenever you want to refer to this type, you will get it from here. Right, this is not a string. This is a object ID, parenthesis, and with ID inside it. This is not actually a string. So we're going to using the same type. So this the developer ID, we're going to using the ID we're getting from the users. Right, so it depends on who created this website. Right, so we're going to refer to this two should be the same type. And whenever you need the object ID type, and this is how you get it. Getting it from the mongoose.schema.types and the object ID. Right, this is just where they store this type. Alright, so let's keep going. So we're gonna go to the website JS file inside routes. Right, so one thing I forgot to do yesterday is in user.js. Right, in the routes in user.js, we can delete this users array. We no longer need it. I can say this one is never used here. Right, so this is some hardcode data. We just remove that. We're going to using the data inside our database. Right, so we can delete this users array inside the users file. And in the register, right, so let's keep going. So again, in the routes, we're going to using the model we just created. So we need to import it first. I'm going to import it first. So I'm going to say constant website is equals to require. Oh, sorry, this is the wrong file. This is register.js. Getting to the wrong file. So it should be website.js here. Right, so constant website is equal to require the. We're going to go to the we're in the routes folder. We're going to go to the models folder. So I'm going to say // go to the root and jump into the models folder, and then looking for the website.js file. Yeah.
What did you change in register?
So in the register function, we used to using the when we're using history the push here, we used to push the to /user the new user's ID, right? Getting the ID from a new user. But since we removed the ID part from a new user, right? The new user when we created here doesn't have an ID, so we're gonna get an ID from the backend, from the server side, because the ID will be generated by the database when we save the user into the database. Right, so when we save the user into the database is going to give us an ID, assign us an ID. And instead of using the ID from UUID, we're going to using that ID. So I added the constant that res2 is equals to the request. So that's a response. Going to get it back from this request. And in the response, we have this new user's information. And we're getting the ID from it. We're using the ID returned from the backend, returned from the database. Alright, so base changes 2 lines. And we're going to fix the issue, like when you register successfully, it navigates you to an undefined page. Now it should navigate you to the correct ID page, correct profile page with the correct ID. Alright, so let's go back to the website. We imported the website module, the model, and now we are going to use it inside our functions we have in the routes. Alright, so it's going to be very similar to the ones we did in the users. We're going to rewrite each functions. Instead of doing like a push, instead of doing like for loop, we're just going to call the Mongoose function to do it for us. Alright, so the website is the push. We're not going to use it. So website's push is just push the the new website into the array. So we're not going to use it, and we can just rewrite these 2 lines. So we're going to say the constant new website is equal to a new object, a new website object we just created, and it's made up with request.body, right? This is what we did yesterday. And the constant website is equal to await. Right, we can see. So we're using await, so we need to make the function async. And the new website dot save. Right, create a new website. Right. So and when we send the response, we're going to send in a response of this website. Right. So this website is going to be the same information of the new website, but with a giving ID. Right. Since this function going to, when we save it, the database is going to give us an ID, and it's going to be in this website. It's going to have that ID. We're going to send this to the client. Alright, so since we changed the create a new website, it's using the ID from the server side. So I may also need to take a look on the website Node.js component, because that's a component that's using this function. Alright, so I'm going to go to the top. I'm going to get rid of the UUID. We're not going to use the UUID inside here. And so it's going to give us an arrow inside the submit function. So using the UUID here, I'm going to get rid of it. We're not going to use the ID inside here. Alright. And let me see. So it has the /poll API /website, new website. And yeah, I think that's good. We don't need to change anything from here. Let's just go back to the website list. So it doesn't really need the new website's ID for now. So it should be fine. Right, so just remove the ID, because we don't need the ID from the new website new component. Right, so the ID will be given in the database. Right, let's go back. So that's it for the create new website part. And we're going to go to the get all websites by giving user ID. Right, so it's using the for. We're not going to use it. So we also don't need the empty array here. Actually, yeah, we can have a constant current websites, but we're not going to say that's equal to empty array. We're going to send a request to the database asking for it. So await a thing here. All right, so we're going to send in a website. The find. Remember the find function? Going to find an array of items that matches our requirement. We're going to looking for all the websites that has developer ID is equals to the UID we give it. Right, so like the MongoDB syntax. Right, looking for all the websites that was developer's ID equals to the UID we give it, and return it to the front end, to the React, or say to the client. Alright, so the next one. That's when you find a list of items, we're using find function. And get a website by giving ID, so it's get just single website by its ID. So we're gonna using find one. Alright, so we're gonna get rid of this for loop here. I'm not gonna use it. And you can see that website equals to await. And again, we're using await. We're gonna put a thing here. Every time we communicate with database, we're using await. Alright, the website equal to await, and again, it's going to be a website model the find one that has actually we can use find by ID, because since we're finding by something's ID, so we can just simply say find by ID, put a WID here. well, finding this website by its ID. So we can just use the function find by ID. And just specially created to help us find something with its ID. And we don't really need let here. We can make it as constant because we're not going to change the value of it, like the one we did before. Right, that should be perfect. Right, so we don't have it to follow. We just do a one-line thing. Just call database. Database is going to do the handle the rest part for us. All right. So this is update website. So again, not going to use the for loop here. For loop helps us to finding which website to update. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a let's see, wait website the find one, and let's say we're going to just use a find by ID and update. Right, find by ID and update. It takes two things. The first thing, it takes which one you want to update. I want to update the one with request with a new website .id. Right, this is the one I want to update, and I want to update it into this new website. Right, find the one and update. And since we're using await, don't forget the async on the top. Right. So we're finding the document, find the item with its ID, and then we update it. Right, each record we actually call it document, which is basically just the website that we saved in the collection. Right, now let's say the delete. Let's say the delete. That's the last function. Again, we're not going to need the for loop here. Right, so we have the the ID, so we're going to use the function await website the find by ID and remove. Right, so we're going to find by its ID, which is WID, and just remove it. Oops, I'm getting an error here. I'm using await. I forgot the async here. Right, so if you forget the async, you can get an error. Await is only valid in a sync function. So I'm going to make a function as a sync function. All right, so let's check it up. So let's see if it's everything is set it up and it works. Let's go back to our application. We're going to try it. So I'm going to log in as she user account. I should be able to see his information. And once I click on websites, it should go to the website page with all the websites showing. I'm going to open my console, make sure there's no error. Go to websites. Nothing is showing. Yeah, that's expected because I don't have any websites data inside there. So let's go ahead adding something. So we're going to add a new one. I'm going to call it Facebook. Description is a new Facebook website. Let's try it. So click OK. Facebook is created. So also I should be able to see in my database, Mongo, I can just show collections. Let's say I have two collections here. I have users and a website. So I have two collections here. And I can check out what we have in the website. So I can say db.websites.find.pretty. That's the one I have. Say it has object ID, which is a completely new ID, right? And it has a name equal to Facebook. Have the description, new Facebook website, and the developer ID is refers to user ID. Right? If you're checking this ID, FD, F2, something, like ending with 55, that is exactly match user ID on the top here. Right, it refers to, like, we know, like, who created this website. This developer created it. Alright, so again, we tested the create new. Let's test something else. So let's adding one more. Adding m symbol. M symbol student application. And click OK here. Right, the m symbol website is created. Let's try if I can edit it. Click edit. Right, so information is showing, and let's try to change m symbol to m symbol website. And click OK. So update is also working. I don't get any error. Let's try to delete it. Delete. Okay, it still works. Everything is working. Right, let's add it back. M symbol. Now, it should be showing in my database as well. In my database, I should have two websites right now. So let's say db the websites are find pretty. So say I have two. I have a Facebook and I have the m symbol. They all created by the same user, so developer ID should be the same. Alright, and the name is different, their own ID is different, and description is different. So that's it for the website part. Let's see, this assignment is going to be very easy. We're just going to using the predefined function in the Mongoose and to replace the one we did by ourselves. And I already finished grading your last assignment. Assignment 3, you should be able to see your grade in your profile. Right, so it seems like most of you didn't test your assignment fully. So there's a lot of errors. It shouldn't happen. Like maybe this button doesn't work, that button doesn't work. That means you have after you finish your assignment, you didn't actually test if functions actually work. Maybe just a typo somewhere. Maybe just miss part somewhere. Just please check in the comments. Right, so see which part you did it incorrectly, and please fix them in this assignment. There's some small things you didn't do it correctly. Or maybe you still say you're getting a 0, and mostly like maybe just you forgot to release it, or either you forget to release it or you release the wrong version or something like it. So if you're getting a 0 or really low grade, you can always resubmit it and send me a message in the Slack. So you want to regrade for assignment 3 or assignment 2, I can help you to regrade it and give you a feedback. See which part you still need to fix. Right, so we just want to see you to understand how to fix this error. If you have any question, don't know how to fix it, just let me know. I can come to help you to see how we're going to diagnose that problem and finding out where to fix it. Right, so that's for the last assignment. You should see the grade in your profile now. All right, so I'm going to let's say the part for the website. And I can go ahead to submit it to the GitHub. Right, so I say if you're checking your batch, you're gonna get a warning says Mongoose find one and update and find one and delete without the use find and modify option set to false are deprecated. That's kind of a warning. To fix this warning is also very easy. We can go to the models, not model config, db.js. Right, we're gonna set up this here is where we pass in those options, right? When we connect to the database. So I already passed two. Which one? First one is use new URL parser. Another one is use unified topology. And the third one I'm gonna pass here is called like there's the one they mentioned here. It's called use, find, and modify. The option should be set. It should be set to be false, right? So like that. Right, so it should solve the issue we have here. Right, I don't even know what does this do for us, but if you want to know more, you can check out the link they provide here. Right, so you open that, they can explain why they want you to pass it. Right, so you're checking they're gonna open the website, tell you the deprecation warning and why. So the first one, what is a use new URL option does, and what is a find and modify does. Right, so you're gonna see the warnings each warning you're getting and how to fix them, and why do they want you to put that options here. Right, they have these the reasons for that. Right, so we're gonna go ahead to send the code into GitHub. So I'm gonna do a Control-C, stop it, git add dot git commit -m. Let's say the MongoDB for website, and push it. And you should be able to see the code in my GitHub. And also, let me send the videos to the YouTube so you can check.